It's week 4 of the National Football League, and our focus is on the Lions, reigning league MVP. He comes in third in the league in passing touchdowns. It's the Lions and the Giants, just ahead on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And getting the win. Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time. And he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great. Not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, is about let's take that forward now. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, that's in his double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Harlan. And the Giants are going to get the football back at their own 17. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 15 carries, 54 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They go play action now. Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So from the 37, here's 2nd down at a yard. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll hand it to Tracy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll go again with Tracy. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Powerful running. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From the 23, here's the 2nd down and 6. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Lions at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the deep.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. He could not get it away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
There's a lot to take care of.
Taking on the midfield logo. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a play fake here on first down.
That one let go deep for Laporta. And that's going to be incomplete. You talk about this giant defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. If they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And when the time has expired on the first quarter. We're scoreless after one.
With her health issues, with these policies, health issues don't matter. She was so relieved.
Policies are available with no health questions, no medical exam, no blood tests.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
No, there's a weight lock built into the policy.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to let this go for the end zone.
Your rate is
And
locked
it is caught. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When they execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not.
You can't be turned down on today's show. Can you rate 800-729-6207? That's 800-729-6207.
And it worked really well for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense is struggling. They haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8.
Play action. It's Wilson. Incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now.
Charity begins at home. In your home. Thank you.
Fielded at about the 28. Able to fight through one tackle.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
What I do?
Looking to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. From 17 yards out. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, the defensive coverage was good. So good, he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
I told you there was a great view. Turns out it took this.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
They couldn't be any less true.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Yeah, they run the option on second down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They definitely have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fair catch called for in May, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
It's really nice. Yeah, listen, roughing the kicker. Listen, go fast. You guys should come right in and ask.
Making less than asking.
And that hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Basement, and we're concerned about the
out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. That is incomplete.
No coverage much by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Even if it means taking out a mailbox.
Now Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
It's got to be some other reason.
Again, Wilson.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think as we began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Seibert able to knock this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get your football back.
Jamison Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession.
There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeaux coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
In a survey, 90
out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Just pick a date, pick a cleaner, and enjoy some.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast.
That one out wide and intercepted.
Picked up by DJ Reed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
That's certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Right side to Williams.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
So, how did that work out?
They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Back to throw again.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the 2nd half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was nothing to be found there. And a tackle for just a short gain.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
In motion, Slayton.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fights off the defender. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Offering personalized strategies to fit your goals so you get the biggest return on investment. Our secret, exclusive technology.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams,
56 yards.
and the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's 21-3. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
This is more than just a job. It's a chance to prove.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
In motion goes the tight end.
There's a short one caught by Johnson.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Wilson.
Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Wilson.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we close out the first quarter of this season. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, and they are just about ready to head to halftime with the Dolphins on top. Devon Achane with a touchdown run. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Travis Etienne, a touchdown run in the victory.
I can't have some baked lamb and yogurt without drinking film case of it?
Where is the library?
This isn't Billy Ocean. You're learning conversational Albanian. Yeah, you're damn right I am. And in 3 takes from now, I'll be fluent and Zana will be mine. Where's the pool?
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
You guys must be the new owners.
About 40 years ago.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, there were 3 talking points at the half, partner. All of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hand off now to Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And he
can't escape, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. There's Wilson to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing is Wilson. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Wilson. And
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. On to give, it's Tracy. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Robinson hauling it in out light. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. To throw is Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Third down and 1. Right back to Tracy.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Tracy trying the right side.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Seibert's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll set up a throw.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
7 yards there and a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. And a big one here as he's taken down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends. Back now at Ford Field.
Now 2nd and 9.
It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Read option. This is Gibbs.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now out come the Giants.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Now it's Wilson. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
2nd and 12.
Now Wilson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Wilson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 30. Play action. It's Wilson. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson, 30 yards. Wilson going to throw for it. And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Back to throw here. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 14 yards that time for number 14.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. His pass caught at the 4. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The New York set to take the field. Here's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Back to throw. Wilson. Catch made by Slayton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll look to throw here on first down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Wilson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Now Wilson.
A throw right side caught by Neighbors.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That is caught. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Wilson will throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Wilson.
He's got Bellinger.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.
2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. And both of them came together.
So for Detroit, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and our focus is on the Lions' towering tight end. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Lions and the Bears on
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be... We are set to go now on a snowy December night, and off we go from Soldier Field. Well, now how about this return? And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by their left-handed quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll keep it on the ground. Barnett.
Yeah, he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4. You talk about this Lions defense.
Right now, they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down.
This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
The numbers for White a week ago.
13 carries, 55 yards.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
The Bears offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. It's Barnett.
Taken down at the 42.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 8. They'll go play action here with Penix.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Opting to run again here with White. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And he's got his man in stride. Complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
They'll go play action here with Williams.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. To the air once more, Williams.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Caleb Williams
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Lions put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw, Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
To the air, Penix.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Lions' 41-yard line.
A play fake. Now Penix.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start the drive with White. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Aiden Hutchinson
in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
This is complete to Hawkins. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Penix.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sharp. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, Coffee. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now Penix.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And looking to throw, Penix.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. We get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, and he sets the pace here in the latter stages of the season.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. They stay on the ground with White. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
To throw, Williams.
Wright's got it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
On play action, here's Williams.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Throwing is Williams. Pass taken in by Phillips. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on 1st down with Wright. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Wright.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Wright.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line.
To the air, Williams. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Wright. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Caleb Williams
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Lions have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
They'll keep it on the ground. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on, or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On third down, Penix from the gun. That is caught on the move past the 40 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop it. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They'll throw with Penix.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Wright.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Here's Williams.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On third down, here's a run by Wright.
And he's got some space here. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Now a 2nd and 2.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, eluding the tackle. Runs through the contact. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Lions will take over.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw is Williams.
Escaping the pressure right. So
we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll go play action here with Williams.
And he'll go down at the 28. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
From the gun, here's Williams.
He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barnett. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw, Penix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The visitors' offense and running back Jalen Wright getting ready to go back to work.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. They'll work the middle here with Wright. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 5. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 26. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Looking to throw. Williams. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Caleb Williams.
26 yards.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Up the middle they go. Barnett. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. To the air, Penix.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
104 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Now Williams operating from the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Phillips. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And it's caught.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Taking it in.
And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Here's Penix.
And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's good for a Chicago Bears.
They'll go play action here with Penix.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
And looking to throw, Penix.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
At the 60, at the 60.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll go for it. Here's Penix. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
So out now come the Lions.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll give this to Wright, running right.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing is Williams.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On the zone read, a give to Wright.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Onto the field now come the Bears. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
On the give, this is Wright.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. To throw, Williams.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
To the air, Williams.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
137 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Wright going to try and bull his way in.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now Penix.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Penix working out of the gun here.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Lions,
they get a critical 10th win on the year with one game left to go.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago,
they fall now to 4-12 on the year.
And they will look to turn it around next time out. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.